and strip Tom, that they need to be fighting for the undisputed title. It's the White House, it's special, Tom is out, let's get Pereira versus Surreal and let's do it for the belt. Well, I think we're close on that. I just think it's the interim belt. And there was some discussion going around that Tom had been asked to vacate the title. The way the story goes is that the UFC asked Tom, vacate the title. You do it. It's a PR thing, right? I mean, it's our belt. We take it back whenever we want, but that's not what we want to do.
Let's talk about the clock ticking on Alex Pereira's light heavyweight belt, because make no mistake, that title is on borrowed time. There's a dangerous high-stakes move everyone's whispering about, a monumental leap to heavyweight. You can almost see Dana White imagining Pereira headlining a massive White House megacard, chasing undisputed gold and making history. But standing directly in the way is Tom Aspinall, the interim heavyweight champion. And he's not about to hand over anything. This isn't just about a belt, it's about control, legacy, and power inside the UFC. Aspinall's refusal is calculated. He's forcing the promotion to either crown him undisputed or expose the ambition behind Pereira's risky move. This is a full-blown chess match, and the consequences will be brutal.
Tom said, no problem. Release me. I'll vacate if you release me. I like your idea. I hear everything you're saying. We can have a discussion about re-signing and coming back in and getting my belt, but it'll keep my options open. If you want me to do this, here's what I want. Now, first off, that doesn't seem like something Tom would say. But this is the way the story goes. And if Tom did say that, respect. Respect, because he's standing up for himself. And Tom has the right to stand up for himself, because people do have a very short-term memory on how Tom got to where Tom got. I think they forget that he tore his knee against Curtis Blades, has to fall down and hold his...
Do you really think Tom Aspinall is just going to hand over his hard-earned interim title so Alex Pereira can chase a dream? Not happening. That belt is leverage, his strongest weapon against the UFC's power plays. Aspinall hasn't forgotten the brutal setback of injury. He's playing this smart, treating every move like it matters. Meanwhile, Pereira faces a massive gamble. Vacating his light heavyweight title means risking a dominant reign for an uncertain heavyweight run. This is high stakes for both men, and whoever blinks first could lose everything.
Fought. Never even got outside the first. Got his confidence back, got his momentum back, started to build some steam. I mean, all the stuff he did. He's on a trajectory, he agrees to John Jones, he doesn't hold anybody up for money, he doesn't hold anybody up for time. I mean, he's doing anything that he can do. And frankly, he did everything right. He was a massive team player. He was a massive star. I think you might forget how he captured the interim title in the first place. I think that you might forget about the fight against Sergey Pavlich, where Tom was in England. They put this thing together so fast that Tom's wife couldn't even come and join him. And this is a moment, Madison Square Garden, this is a moment for the family, for the sacrifice of the family.
At first glance, Pereira's focus on a White House megacard looks like legacy building and big money ambition. But that view ignores the unstoppable momentum of Tom Aspinall. His fight IQ is elite, and he's the perfect spoiler for any dream scenario. This isn't just about weight cuts anymore, it's psychological warfare. Aspinall is demanding his undisputed shot, applying relentless pressure. Pereira can't just move up cleanly without consequences. So now the real question is, what does this standoff mean for Pereira's legacy?
It's an interesting thing. Now, I know that Tom wants to box, and that's where you can overplay your hand. There is no boxing out there for Tom. There's no boxing out there for any of them. And boxing also is not what they think. It is not just this huge payday, and it's none of these things that they think that it is. And you do have those outlier stories. You do have a McGregor versus Mayweather, but McGregor versus Mayweather didn't happen because McGregor stood up to the UFC. McGregor versus Mayweather happened and was a success because the greatest carnival barker of all time.
Do you really believe Alex Pereira wants to vacate a belt he fought so hard to win? Absolutely not. This is about brutal reality, the physical limits of his body and the massive vision being pushed by Dana White. A move to heavyweight, especially tied to a mega event, could redefine his entire career. But Aspinall won't let that happen easily. His interim title has become a powerful bargaining chip in this situation. Pereira's move isn't just about changing divisions. It's about stepping into a war against a dangerous, strategic opponent who wants to break him mentally and physically.
stuff, and they were willing to take a gamble on it. I mean, I'm only sharing for you. They're now partners with the UFC. That opportunity's not there. And I don't want to rain on Tom at all. I'm just sharing, if you can box and you can do MMA, it's the same commissions, it's the same process, just by example. And the opportunity would be in MMA. There is no world title opportunity in boxing. There's also no big paycheck in boxing. This is fiction. But Tom would have those options open, and if that's important to him...
Pereira's team understands the harsh truth. The light heavyweight weight cut is brutal. Moving to heavyweight could be a strategic escape from that grind, a calculated risk for bigger rewards. But the UFC can't ignore Aspinall. He's not just another contender, he's a serious threat. His presence alone complicates everything. Pereira's potential exit isn't simple because Aspinall is right there, applying pressure. So the real question becomes, does Pereira actually want that fight after everything his body has endured? This isn't just about belts, it's about legacy, strategy, and avoiding a potentially career-changing loss.
It's just something that it'd be a little out of line for the way that Tom would normally operate. So keep that thought and do what you would like with it. But now let's take a look at Alex Pereira, because if Pereira is going to go to if he is going to go to heavyweight, then he needs to be a heavyweight. I don't think that Pereira would disagree with me. And I don't think that Pereira would have any problem giving the 205-pound.
The talk of Pereira vacating his belt isn't just speculation, it's a calculated decision. And Tom Aspinall isn't sitting quietly. He's applying public and psychological pressure, demanding his shot and forcing the UFC into a corner. This situation goes beyond weight cuts. It's about Dana White's vision, the lure of massive events, and the business of pay-per-view dominance. Pereira might be willing to sacrifice his light heavyweight legacy for a bigger opportunity. But that decision speaks volumes about the burden of being a champion.
Instead of working with the company, he goes into business for himself, he gives the belt back. This wasn't greatly perceived, but it's John, and there's a little room here, and then he sat for 3 years. For 3 years, he stayed out trying to gain the size to be heavyweight. Very humble thing for John to do, because frankly, John could have stepped in and won that heavyweight belt with no time off, but I'm just telling the story the way that it happened. So if Pierre is to do the exact same thing, I'm the light heavyweight champ, I want to pursue the heavyweight championship. Hey, by the way, I don't need any time. Let's go. I can fight light heavyweight on this date, or I can fight heavyweight. Either way, let's go. Gangster move. Very in line with what Alex Pereira does.
At first, moving up to heavyweight might seem like a fearless, bold move from Pereira. But with Aspinall in the picture, it becomes an incredibly difficult choice. The pressure to defend his current belt is overwhelming. There's a real possibility he's trying to avoid a dangerous stylistic matchup. Meanwhile, Dana White sees massive potential in a mega event, but a champion walking away from his division creates a serious narrative problem. So you have to ask, is Pereira chasing greatness or avoiding risk? And what's the true cost of pursuing a second belt while leaving the first one behind?